Hi, this is Arlene Romasanta, your subject matter expert for the course Data Infrastructure Fundamentals. Today, we will cover Module 1, the Data Infrastructure Concepts. At the end of the course, the participants will be able to understand data infrastructure, govern data and all its components, define data or governance roles, and identify considerations for developing policies. This module will tackle about the data infrastructure concepts. What is data infrastructure, types of data infrastructure, and the single source of truth. To begin this lesson, let us ask, what is data infrastructure? Let us watch this video.
Just like our roads, watercourses, and electricity lines, data is part of our infrastructure. Governments, businesses, and communities strategically plan, fund, and govern our physical infrastructure, and we should treat data in the same way. Our data infrastructure is made up of data, the organisations that operate them, and the guides that tell us how to maintain and use data. To ensure that we get the most value from our data infrastructure, we need to make it as open as possible, whilst also protecting data that should remain private.
The video illustrated that government and organizations strategically plan, allocate funds, manage, and sustain our physical infrastructure, and we should treat data the same way. The data infrastructure should be established and maintained in such a way that the use and value of data is maximized for the needs of the government and the society. Let me show you another illustration of data infrastructure. By looking at the image, we can see so many elements. The roads that are coming and leading to different directions represent the network connectivity and the data flow. The stoplights and signals are built for the safety and protection of the users, which represent the systems and security. The people from different walks of life as pedestrians, which represents the users. The cars, bicycles, carts, and devices used across the infrastructure represents the hardware or equipment. In summary, this road infrastructure will help people to get from one point to another safely using the transportation medium. In data infrastructure, the organization will be able to generate the data needed for decision-making in a secured manner using the systems and infrastructure in place. Data infrastructure consists of data assets, people, processes, and technologies. When we talk about data assets, yan po yung mga data na meron kayo sa inyong opisina. Kung kayo po ay LGU, that includes the data from your municipality. For example po, the barangay, the names of barangay, location, number of households, number of constituents, name of constituents, number of voters per households, number of working constituents per household, number of minors, number of seniors, sex disaggregated data, and many others. When we talk about people, these are the people in authority to manage data infrastructure. These are trained, competent people who knows how to use the technology, process the data, and feed them to proper authority to better insights and decision-making. The people also refers to the users of the data and technologies. The users of data can be from internal clients or within the municipality or organization, or can be from the external clients. When we say internal clients or within the organization, yan po yung iba't ibang opisina sa loob ng munisipyo, like finance, admin, procurement, human resource, and others. When we say external clients, Yan po yung mga opisina or organization outside the municipality, or those could also be the citizens or constituents. Data infrastructure includes network, hardware, software, and services. When we talk about network, it refers to local and internet connectivity, which serves as the main communication highway among users, applications, services, and devices or equipment. Gaya po ngayon, yung hawak ninyong phone can be connected to internet using data connection or Wi-Fi connectivity. Mula sa inyong phone, nagiging posible ang pag-access ng inyong social media accounts like Facebook, Messenger, Twitter, at iba pa. Kasama din ang pag-access sa mga website, sa email application ninyo gaya ng Gmail, sa internet browser gaya ng Google Chrome. Behind all of these things is a running data infrastructure. There are also different types of data infrastructure. We will talk about it one by one, all the 14 types listed here. Data access, an interface that makes data accessible through applications. One particular example of making data accessible is through the website. Databases. It is a specialized software used to store and process data. You may have heard of databases, right? Some examples are Microsoft SQL Server, MySQL, and Oracle Database. Data processing, an interface used to transform data into meaningful information. This is when we want to derive information out of the so many that we have. Data ingestion, an infrastructure to transport data from one source to a destination. There are specialized software used for this process. Data management is a process for collection, storage, and retention of data. Managing data is knowing what to collect, where to collect it, and how to keep it. APIs and integration, an interface used to integrate systems and applications. In a way, it is an intermediary that is used to let two applications talk to each other, but usually done by the IT technical people. By the way, API means Application Programming Interface. Data quality, a process where data are put into a condition to better serve its purpose. This is where data are being checked for errors, consistency, validity, and accuracy. Data analysis, a process of inspecting the data to draw insights helpful for decision making. Data visualization, the process of converting data into graphical format for better communication. The visuals can be in the form of a table, graph, charts, maps, or others. Data storage refers to the storage of data in a special or a specific location. This is where the data resides, which can later on be retrieved and analyzed. Data security, the process of protecting and keeping the data safe from unauthorized access. We'll talk about this more on our next lesson. Networks, a communication link between machines, devices, systems and applications, and data. This is how data are being transported from one point to another. Data centers, a facility complete with the necessary network, hardware, software, applications, and storage. This facility is usually established by organizations in order to manage data. Cloud platform, an internet-based data center or infrastructure capable of hosting all data and applications. Okay, that's it for the important types of data infrastructure. A single source of truth is the term used to refer to the organization's data that can be found in a single reference point. This is where we collect data from multiple sources within the organization and put it in a single location. Let me give you an example. Google. Google is a search engine who serves as a single source of truth for anything the searcher wants to know. Let's say we type a query about a certain hotel, which is a popular staycation place. Google gathers data from many sources like Google Maps, the hotel's website, customer ratings, and others. Google will then return data to the searcher like hotel's operating hours, location, contact information, ratings, and others. Hi, this is Arlene Romasanta once again, and welcome back to our course on Data Infrastructure Fundamentals. Today, we will cover Module 2, the Data Governance. To begin this lesson, let us ask, what is data governance? Now that we learned about the data concepts and data collection methods in previous lessons, we'll be talking about what we need to do in those data that we collected. To put it in a simple analogy, let us watch this video. Refreshing. Napakagandang tingnan, di po ba? So what is this? You will notice that the streams of water flows from different sources coming to a body or big body of water. That water is our data. Data governance and data management help us connect these different sources into one, creating a data lake. This data lake or big data can then be protected and kept safe from unauthorized access and theft through data security. What is data governance? Actually, there are so many definitions of data governance on the internet, but for me, this is how I describe it. Data governance is a strategy on managing data in an enterprise which involves people, process, and technologies according to policies and responsibilities. Data governance is the process of managing data in an enterprise in relation to its use, access, and protection. Could you imagine an enterprise with multiple business units, a number of people, hundreds of clients, pile of documents, and big data? Do you wonder who are the people who take charge in collecting and managing the big data? What are the processes involved in making your data ready, accurate, accessible, timely, and secured? These are the questions that data governance can address. Data governance framework. The data governance framework defines the necessary components and processes for a successful implementation of data governance in an organization. The diagram on the right shows three components of data governance framework, which are people, process, and technology. The framework also covers the details of data use, data quality, data protection, data integration, data analytics, and data sharing. Let us talk about the people. These are the key roles in data governance. Chief Data Officer. An officer responsible for an organization-wide governance and management of data assets. Your organization may assign one. Data owner, responsible in a particular data domain and defines who has the right to access and use the data. Usually, they are also the sources of data. Data steward, oversee the use of data for its purpose based on the policies and standards. It helps the organization leverage domain data assets to its full capacity. Data engineers, person that is responsible for the operation and management of data flows, systems, and servers which collect, manage, and provide data access. Data analyst, interpret data and analyze results using data analysis tools. Help the enterprise come up with actionable insights and decisions. Process. These are the data processes that must be properly in place. Data storage. It defines where, when, and how would the organization's data resides. Data moving. It defines where, why, and how data are moved. Data change. It defines why and when do data change and by whom. Data access. It defines access privileges. Data security. It defines how data are protected and reduce data loss. Data control. It defines the data revision, flow, and control parameters. Data audit. It defines the applicable audit. Data monitoring. It defines how data are monitored in its entire life. When we talk about technology, for the data infrastructure, these are the network, which is the communication link between computers for the purposes of sharing resources. Hardware, which can simply refer to the equipment and databases used in establishing the data infrastructure. Software. These are the systems or applications that operates within the hardware. Tools. These refer to various digital tools which can be hardware or software applications. Data infrastructure. In terms of technology, data infrastructure can now be built using cloud technology. It could be private cloud, wherein there are virtualized servers located within the premises of the organization. Or public cloud, meaning the virtualized servers are located in the cloud by the organization or third-party cloud providers. And we also have this so-called hybrid cloud, which is a combination of public and private cloud. For the data governance structure, I will focus on one model that is applicable to most of the organizations, either government or private organizations. At the top level is the steering committee, which is usually composed of the top management, responsible for high-level decision-making. At the middle level is the Data Governance Office, which is in charge of the whole gamut of data management. And at the lower level is the Data Governance Working Group, who are considered as subject domain experts from different organizational units. Okay, that's it for our Module 2. Thank you.